So today we're going to read Giraffes Can't Dance. Gerald was a tall giraffe whose neck was long and slim, but his knees were awfully bendy and his legs were rather thin. He was very good at standing still and munching shoots off trees, but when he tried to run around, he buckled at the knees. Now, every year in Africa, they hold the jungle dance. Where every single animal turns up to skip and prance. And this year, when the day arrived, poor Gerald felt so sad, because when it came to dancing, he was really very bad. The warthogs started waltzing, and the rhinos rock and rolled. The lions danced a tango, which was elegant and bold. The chimps did a cha-cha with a very Latin feel, and 8 baboons then teamed up for a splendid Scottish reel. Gerald swallowed bravely as he walked towards the floor, but the lions saw him coming, and they soon began to roar. "Hey, look at clumsy Gerald," the animals all laughed. "Giraffes can't dance, you silly fool." "Oh, Gerald, don't be daft." Gerald simply froze up. He was rooted to the spot. "They're right," he thought. "I'm useless. Oh, I'm such a clod." So he crept off from the dance floor and he started walking home. He'd never felt so sad before. So sad, so alone. Then he found a little clearing and he looked up at the sky. "The moon can be so beautiful," he whispered with a sigh. "Excuse me," coughed a cricket, who'd seen Gerald earlier on, "but sometimes when you're different, you just need a different song." "Listen to the swaying grass and listen to the trees. To me, the sweetest music is those branches in the breeze." So imagine that lovely moon is playing just for you. Everything makes music if you really want it to. With that, the cricket smiled and picked up his violin. Then Gerald felt his body do the most amazing thing. His hooves had started shuffling, making circles on the ground. His neck was gently swaying and his tail was swishing around. He threw his arms out sideways and he swung them everywhere. Then he did a backward somersault and leapt up in the air. Gerald felt so wonderful. His mouth was wide open. "I'm dancing! Yes, I'm dancing! I am dancing!" Gerald cried. Then one by one, each animal who'd been there at the dance arrived while Jerry boogied on and watched him quite entranced. They shouted, "It's a miracle! We must be in a dream! Gerald's the best dancer that we've ever seen!" "How is it you can dance like that? Please, Gerald, tell us how." But Gerald simply twisted around and finished with a bow. Then he raised his head and looked up at the moon and stars above. "Well, we all can dance," he said, "when we find music that we love." What a great book. Now remember, before we read the book, We talked about what the book might be about. And what do you think the book might have been about? Yes, Gerald the giraffe. And do you remember we talked about rhyming words and what they were, and alliteration patterns were, and we talked about sounds. So now that we've read the book and listened to the book, can anyone tell me some rhyming words they heard or some alliteration patterns they might have saw in the book? Because I remember I saw a few. Yes, that's very good. Sad and bad. Now, can you tell me why they may rhyme? Yeah, very good. Because they end in the same sound. And now if we spell them out, S-A-D, sad, and bad, B-A-T-D, why would they rhyme? Yeah, because they end in A-D, both of them, sad, bad. Can someone remember an alliteration pattern they may have saw in the book? Yes, waltzing. Was it waltzing warhogs? Very good. Now, if we look back in the book where that was, the warthog started waltzing. So that's they start with the same letter, which makes them the alliteration pattern. Remember we talked about that? Now another one in here. Can anyone else spot one on this page? Yes, the chipmunks all did a cha-cha. So chipmunks and cha-cha. So why do we call these alliteration patterns? Yes, because they start with the same letter. Very well done. Well, now we're going to move on to activity and be split into a couple of groups. Right.